Hello and welcome back. So what we've got here is a 16208. Done a number of repairs on it just recently, so I'm gonna have a look at them on my channel. If you haven't already, subscribe. Let's get the coffee, because I think this is going to be an interesting one. Okay, so let's get the top off. So the problem we have, I took it out, was being a bit of a silly boy. Did a jump, it was about an 8 foot jump, and I smashed the battery arm, and as I picked it up, the actual battery just come out, it was just dangling. So we need to replace that. So I've ordered the part. It's come in 2 bits, so you've got the bumper at the side, so it's this bit here. I don't know if you can see that. So it's that bumper there, and then it's got the actual battery arm, and then we're going to give it a go. So first of all, let's put it on its side, because I think we're going to have to take that off. We'll get rid of the stand. Is that going to be too big? No, we're good for that. So it's 2 screws, one at the front, one at the back of the side of the arm. And I believe, looking at the instructions, yes it is. It's actually, look at the state of that. It's made a right stick, so that's going to be a quick unscrew. If you haven't already, go and have a look at the other repairs I've done. You might find something that you're unsure about. I've done a diff change on this, various other different things. I've done the suspension arms. Oh, the list goes on and on and on. And with each video, there's a link to my website that is actually got the parts on there that I recommend that I use. So every time I buy one of these, I check it out before I put it on there. So you know what you're buying is actually what it should be. So that's the replacement. And I've just noticed it's a lot smaller. So I don't think this is going to work for the battery. No. And it's the wrong way around for a start. So it fits in place, but I don't think the battery is going to fit. No. So as you can see there, look at the difference in them. So that's the one that I've taken off compared to that one. So I need the longer arm. So I need to have another look at that, but it's going to be for another day. I'm going to screw that on there. I can use a smaller battery. What have I got? I've got a 2S for this, where that will hold it in place, but disappointed because I do rag this on a 3S. Let's see if we can put that in there and see if we can make it fit. See what we'd have to do to make it fit. Oh, that's in there. No, I've got no chance. That needs to go over there. So where's the other one? So that sits on there. As you can see, it just fits. So a bit gutted with that. I'll have a look for the part for it. It is what it is, but I'll get the part ordered. So this video is being suspended for a little while, and then I'll get the part, and then for you, it's the next clip. For me, it's going to be a few weeks' time because I'm going away. So see you in a minute. Okay, so I bought this part. It's now a couple of weeks later, but I bought this, and I'm going to give this a go. It's a metal bracket, so let's get this off, and then let's get this built. Fingers crossed, the metal bracket seems a better fit design, so it comes in 4 parts. Got the top, that goes over the battery, and that adjusts it up and down. So fingers crossed this will work better. I've got a little Allen key with it and all the parts. Parts in the description. Not actually in the description, there's a link to my website that's got all the parts that I use. So I'm going to try to put this together. Make it as simple as possible, but nothing's ever straightforward. Okay, so I'm a bit annoyed. So this has got 3 parts to it. However, the bit that I need, which is that bit, which I'll show you on there, which is that bit, is not in the packaging. So I've got a battery holder, but without a thing. But I'm going to try and get that off. So this is how I'm doing it. I'm not recommending for you to do it, but let's give it a go. Right, that was relatively easy. So I've literally grabbed that bit of plastic there and yanked on it a good amount, and it's just a holding pin. And then I don't know if that can, is that zoomed in? Yeah. And then it's giving me that piece, which, to be fair, was easy enough, but it's annoying. That little piece of plastic should really be with the part, you would have thought anyway. But anyway, that's done. Let's put that in there. Now there was a long screw. Yes, I still have it. So you're right in the wrong way? Yep, that's the right way. So I put that in there. Give that a good. So the long screw has gone in there, nice and tight. It's in there now. It's not coming out. So quite happy with that. Quite happy. Just annoyed with what I've had to do to get that. So we're going to screw that back on. I think them screws are too long that was originally in it. But I have got some smaller screws. And I think they're too long. I could be wrong, but the guy that got this off had already put this in for me, which was the mod for the battery. So I didn't have to faff around with it. But they're a bit long. However, a bit more movement in the battery is not a bad thing, but I want it to be right, so I'm just going to get my screw set and get the right screw for the job, because they're not going to work. Right, I'm off again. Okay, so I'm back again. I do like to make sure that I've got everything before I start these projects, but sometimes you just can't help it. At least if I'm finding it, when you go to do it, you don't have to do it. You don't have to come through all these problems. So this is what I've got. I need to find the right screw now. I think it might be that one. Let's make sure it screws in first. Yeah, that's nice. Nice. I don't know why I'm whispering. I'm in the house on my own. Right. I'll show you this. Make sure it's the right screw before I show you. Right, that fits nice. So it was one of those screws. It's one of them screws. If I show you in comparison to the original, it was a longer screw. The original one is because it was slightly pried so it could get over the battery. So this metal one is going to be a better fit, but I'm a bit dubious about it, because there's going to be no movement, which don't really want any movement on the battery anyway. But that's in good. Just a bit annoyed that I've had to break that up, but well, you live and learn. I don't know if I like that. I'm not sure if I'm happy with that. It's got to be pushed right in. But I'll show you. I think I might go plastic with this. go back to the original. But you can see the battery has to be pushed right in, but that lip is not massive. And I don't like the idea of that shifting and then goes on the steering arm there. It's not great. So I'm gonna take this off. That's trial and error. I thought a metal one would be a better one. I'm just not happy with it. So I'm gonna take this off and I'm gonna put the original one on that was with the car when it came. So the original one, if I have it, is that one. And it's literally a full replacement of that. It's got a bigger holding for the battery, so it sits around the battery like that, like so. And it's much better. I think it's even longer than that one. It's not like that same, I think. But anyway, now I've got this. I've got an idea for this for another car that I've just put together, but we're going to get this off. I'm glad I've not got rid of the screws or binned them, as I'm quite good at binning stuff and then realising I need it, so then I've got to dig the screws or whatever it is I've decided to chuck away because it's nope, it was incorrect. So although this didn't work, let's tighten them up. There's another car that I've just got. I think this will be perfect for the battery. So that's for that. That's for another day. Right, let's put the replacement part. I only purchased one of these. I should have brought two of them really, but because I'm guessing I'm going to need them. So I'm going to screw that all the way on. I thought battery replacement, no problem, easy. My words. Has this become an interesting video? A bit under the weather. I've got a cold coming, I think. Just due to being on holiday. So that's a full replacement of what originally was in. So let's put that back in there. It's a bit tight, but that's how I wanted it. And you have to use pliers, tweezers to put it on. It's not in properly, the battery. It's a faff getting this battery in. I think it was that way. Yep, that fits better. Perfect. And then let's just clip that on. When you're out in the field and you're trying to do this, it's a nightmare. But then, I suppose, a 3S battery doesn't really supposed to fit in there, but that's it. It's in. Oh, sorry. So we're in. Perfect. So we're repaired again. I probably should loosen that up a little bit, but as you can see around the battery, it's a bit bent there. Might loosen them off a little bit, but that fits perfect. Happy with that? Right, let's go out and have some fun with it. Now I've faffed around with it, but a bit disappointed this didn't fit. It was a kind of a prayer that it would, but it didn't. So, but I've got an idea for this. I've got the 16207. I wasn't going to say anything, but this will be perfect for the battery. I'm hoping to fit one of these